Hey guys. Okay, so big day today. Wait to hear this. Okay, I just woke up from a nap, afternoon nap, and I had a dream, but it wasn't a dream. This is a good one. This is good. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna turn off the fan. Hold on a minute. Okay. I go on a dream. I'm in a mall, and I leave my mom. She's walking in the mall, and she goes, "Take the car and go get some groceries." I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "I go." She goes, "You go to the grocery store, get the groceries for yourself, for my own place and groceries." She goes, "You go get the groceries." I go, "Okay." So I take her keys. She's gonna walk around the mall and buy stuff. I'm gonna get groceries for myself. The mall's full. Okay, just people everywhere. And I leave the mall. I open the doors and I walk out, and it's snowing. And I have socks on. First thing I notice, I have socks on, and I run out. I go down the steps of the mall. I go down the steps, and there's my shoes sitting on the steps of the mall. So I bent down and I slipped. I slipped and I fell on my butt. So I grabbed my shoes, and I had a coat underneath my arm, like this, and I had my shirt over top of my shoulder, and I pick up my shoes, and I don't have a coat on. I have a t-shirt on like this, and then I start running out into the parking lot, and the car should be parked, and I don't know where she parked the car. For some reason, I don't know where she parked the car, but I feel the car should be right here. So I turn left, and there's a bunch of cars parked here. There's two black ones, two black cars, and then some other cars. But I noticed the two black ones because whoever parked them, they were parked like this, against each other, like sideways. Both of them were sideways. And I'm like, who does that? Jesus Christ, I hate that. And then I'm like, well, I can't see her car, so maybe it's around the corner. So I run down the end of the mall. I turn around the corner, and there's no. I'm still in my shoes. I'm freezing. There's it's empty street with people walking on it. So I run down the street, down the side of the mall, run down the street, and then I go up this next block to look for the car that she parked. I figured maybe she parked it on a close by street, and there's nothing. So I run around the block. I run around the whole block, carrying all this crap, my shoes, and I dropped my one shoe, and I had to backtrack and go find it. Then I'm like, I can't find it. I can't find it. Where the hell did you? I go back to the parking lot and look again. Maybe it's there. So I run around. I come back the way I came. I come to the side of the mall. I'm coming up the side of the mall where the two black cars were parked. Some of the cars were gone, but my mom's car wasn't there. And I'm like, I can't take this. So there's a little side store. There was a coffee shop. There was a coffee shop off to the side of where you enter. So you enter the mall here. This is where I came out, the mall steps. And there's a coffee shop here with windows. So I went up the steps and I went into the coffee shop. And I'm in a coffee shop and I see my buddy Terry, and he's alive on the earth. And he goes, "Hey," and I know I've been here before, right? I know I've been here before. And he goes, "Hey, do you know where?" He goes, "See that room over there in the coffee shop?" He goes, "Where? How do I get in there? How do I get in there to charge my phone?" Like, he has to charge his phone. And there was a whole bunch of chargers, different types of chargers on the wall, computer chargers, phone chargers, all these different kinds. And I said, "Well, I don't know how because there's people sitting where you go into this one little place, like a closet with all these chargers in it, and there's people." And I go, "I don't know how you get in there." I'm like, "Maybe ask someone to move and you can go in." He goes, "Those are the phone chargers, right?" And I go, yeah. You go in there, plug it in. And then some people just heard us talking. And one guy got up and moved. My friend Terry went in there to charge his phone. I turn around, and and I see my buddy Mike, and he's sitting at the end of the bar. He's sitting at the end of the bar, like coffee shop, person behind the bar, and there's a bar here. Okay, so he's sitting here, and he's sitting with there's two other people on the other side, and there's two people on this side, and they're all talking. Mike's smoking a cigarette because that's what he does. He smokes, right? And I go, oh, like, oh, man, it's cold outside. And so I run over and I sit down. There's a stool over right beside. I just get my shoes on. My feet are freezing. And I reach out and go, how's it going, buddy? And I smacked him on the back. And he had a red shirt on, like a red shirt. And he goes, I'm good. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm supposed to go find my mom's car, but I don't know where it is. I can't find it. It's not in the parking lot. I don't know what to do. And then there was a bunch of carrots sitting on a plate, and carrots and radishes. So I grabbed a radish and I was eating it. And, it's really radishy. Anyway, I'm eating this radish, and I'm trying, throw my clothes on the ground. I'm all bummed out and burned out, confused. I don't know what the hell's going on. And he goes, hey, Rich. I go, yeah, what's going on? He takes a drag of his and he goes, you're in heaven. You know that, don't you? And I go, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, you're dead, so, yeah, I know I'm in heaven. He goes, okay. And then we started talking again, right? Just about, I don't even know what we were talking about. He was just sitting there and smoking, and I'm talking to him. And he's looking at me like, he's looking me up and down, and I'm looking at him up and down, and I noticed his eyes were coming out of his skull. And I'm going, man, that's weird. Why is his eyes coming out of his skull? They weren't popped right out, but they were bulging. And I couldn't figure out that. And I go, well, I don't remember ever him being like that. And it was so real. Guys, I'm eating a radish, and I'm tasting it. And then the guy next to me, he was being a dick. He was doing something to piss me off. And so I moved over. I moved over a bit, and my clothes fell over here where I put them. So I turned around to pick up my clothes, and somebody had kicked them over there. And so I went over there to pick up my shirt, and I picked up my shoes, and I was putting them on, and I'm talking to Mike. And I go, Jesus Christ. And as I turned around and I'm putting on my shoes, as I put my shoes on, and I'm backed up away from the bar, other people came and sat at the bar where I was, and I'm still talking to Mike. Now I gotta talk behind another person. So there's like 5 people between me and the bar, and then I look up in the kitchen behind Mike, and they're in the kitchen, and it was right there behind in the kitchen. There was a door, and then there was like ovens and shelves and kitchen things hanging, like in a restaurant. So I'm looking in there, and I see a ghost walk by. And I see a ghost walk by, and it was gold, had gold and blue squares over. It was like an overcoat or something like that, and it was silky, shiny, but I could see through it. And I walked by a couple times, and he goes, and I'm putting on my shoes. He goes, hey, Rich. And I go, yeah. And he goes, do you see someone behind me? I go, yeah, I see a ghost, or an entity, a ghost. And he goes, okay. And I'm like, that's pretty weird, man. So I start putting on my shoes again. I'm like, I gotta go find I gotta get some groceries. And I'm doing that, and then there was these people arguing behind me. This girl, and I know this girl. I know her. I don't know who it is, but I've seen her before. And she's arguing with someone else, and she she turns towards me and she's looking at me. And other people are looking at me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this girl's arguing with this other guy. This other guy moved. I moved over away from the girl, and she was over here. And she's looking at me. And then she takes her eyes away from me and looks down. And I was gonna say something to her, like, not ignorant, but, hey, how you doing? I know you from somewhere. Anyway, she goes, that's going on. And then I go, Mike, by now there's 100 people between me and Mike. And I go, Mike, I got, not 100, but plenty. A dozen or so. I go, Mike, I gotta go get the groceries. I find this damn car. And I go, Jesus Christ, what happened in here? I was in here for 1 minute talking to you, and the place is packed full of people. I go, what happened? And he goes, oh. He said, oh. And he goes, see you later. I'm like, all right, talk to you later. And so I turn around, I go out the door, and I wake up. As soon as I walk out the door, I wake up. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go get groceries. All of a sudden, Christ, the one I'm hooked up to and talking, he goes, well, how was your dream? And I go, what? He goes, how was your dream? I go, I was talking to Mike, my buddy. He goes, yeah. And he goes, what did he say to you? He goes, he asked me if I was in heaven. He goes, I go, he asked me if I knew I was in heaven. And I go, I told him, yeah, because you're here. And he goes, okay. And then he goes, what? He goes, did he ask you anything else? And he goes, yeah. The second time he asked me, I go, he asked me if I saw someone behind him. And I said, yeah, I saw a ghost. And the ghost had golden and blue squared diamond type shirt. The squares were vertical and they made diamonds. And it was like gold diamond, blue diamond, gold diamond. And it's sort of like a checkerboard sideways. And that's what the coat looked like. And he asked me if I saw anything, and I told him, yeah, I saw a ghost wearing a golden and blue checkered long overcoat or something. And he goes, he did he? And I go, yeah. And he goes, that's the illusion. And I go, what do you mean that's the illusion? He goes, that's how we see you. And I'm going, so that was a person in reality? And he's going, yep. That was a person in reality. In your reality, the illusion. And so he goes, when we see ghosts, it's the illusion. Me. And he goes, I put you in heaven, and I told Mike to ask you if you've seen anything, other people, like ghosts. And he goes, I told Mike to ask you that, and then I let you see one. And he goes, I go, you did it? And he goes, yep. And I go, it was all set up? And he goes, yep. And he goes, I asked Mike to tell you that, to tell you you were in heaven. And I asked Mike to ask you if you saw anything after you saw the ghost. And I'm going, holy what? I was like, are you fucking shitting me? And he goes, nope. And he goes, now you know. And he goes, when you're in heaven and you're sitting around having a conversation in a coffee shop and you see a ghost walk by, that's you in reality. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, nope. And he goes, I set it all up for you. And I'm like, wow. And there you go, folks. Trip me out. And so that's it. So what Christ did was, he took my spirit, made me hang out with my friend who's dead, doing this in a coffee shop. My friend's dead and he's in heaven, lower astral, and he's hanging out in a coffee shop doing his normal thing, doing what he does. Christ took me, put me in a coffee shop with him, to meet each other and hang out and chat. And then Christ asked him to ask me them questions. You know you're dead, don't you? You know you're in heaven, don't you? That's what he said. And the second one was after I saw the ghost, because I was looking at him, I was looking at his eyes, and all of a sudden I went like that, because I saw a ghost. I looked over his shoulder, and he saw me looking over his shoulder, and he goes, which I think was Christ playing the ghost part. And he goes, "Did you see someone behind me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think it was a ghost." But it was actually someone in reality. Oh man. Just there you go, man. That'll give you some perspective. Now, whenever you hear illusion, there's 1,000 different illusions. You hear illusion on TV or on the computer. But spiritual, Christ, if you're with Christ, and he's talking illusion, it's physical reality. Our reality. So the dead people around us are walking around doing their thing, and they see ghosts. They're us. And he goes, Christ is the only one who can Christ is not the only one. It's like Christ can see the illusion. The whole deal. Both worlds, separate from each other. He can just look and see the illusion. So can people. I remember when I was dead, I remember me seeing the illusion. So I remember a lot from when I was dead. And the illusion of seeing it. You could see it, you could pick it up, you could play with it, turn it left, right, everything. Like the whole landmass and all people in it. But that's just me, I don't know. But that's what he said. And then I told Christ, well, I remember the illusion, and I was seeing it not as a ghost image. So when I was dead. But anyway, then we guys started getting into this big heavy topics, and I just quit because I don't want to talk anymore. I'm trying to get out of here. Alright guys, so that is the dream I just had. And he was just showing me stuff, cool stuff. I'm like, I love that stuff, man. So there you go.